Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. All about nutrition from your favorite dietitian. Everything you need to digest in your mind. Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. Making you healthier one bite at a time. With Tony. Woo.
Hello and welcome to the Tips with Tony podcast. I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time. I have decided to do a Valentine's Day inspired podcast episode. So this is all about why to date yourself. And I think, this is coming out a couple days after Valentine's Day. And for some people, they might be in a super happy relationship and it brings up lots of good vibes. For other people, they might be in a happy relationship and they don't even celebrate Valentine's Day. And then others, you might be single and kind of reflecting on past relationships or maybe why you're not in one, or all of the things. So I wanted to, first of all, just say, if you have not watched my TEDx talk, it is linked in the show notes. Almost a year ago, actually a little, when you're listening to this, it's a year ago where I gave my very first TEDx talk, and I talk about the parallels between dieting, dating, and romantic relationships. And I think you'll really be able to see why I'm so passionate about, loving yourself first and figuring out what works best for you, and also what prompted this episode about why you should date yourself, whether you're in a relationship or not. All right. So definitely go watch the TEDx talk either before or after you listen to this episode, and then definitely come back to here. So 5 reasons to date yourself, whether you're in a relationship or not. And the first one's pretty harsh, but I'm just going to say it because it's true. So if you can't enjoy time with yourself, how can you expect someone else to enjoy time with you, right? You need to figure out what you like. And that's number 2. It's time to explore what you like without outside influence, to be clear about those things. Okay. So if you don't know what you like, then how are you going to explain to your potential partner what you like? And if you are just stuck in a relationship where you're constantly doing what they like, and you never allow that time to kind of date yourself and go out with yourself and to explore, like, do I even like this on my own, or do I only like this with a person? Or is there something else that I'm not bringing into this relationship that I think would be fun for us to do? Number 3. What you want in life can change. And this is where I really am passionate about, because who you were, if you are dating someone that you started dating when you were 18 and now you're 25, your likes and dislikes can change. It will be great if you can grow together, but that also might not be true, and that's okay. So it's important for you, though, to create space so you can reflect on if maybe your values have changed, if maybe your likes and your dislikes have changed, maybe even just the way that you're attracted to your partner. Like, that's totally okay. You don't want to be caught up in living a life that, you're 18 and now you're 25, or now you're 30, or now you're 40, and your life is different. Things change. That's okay. So you need to just create space to reflect on that and ask yourself if this person still fits for you, or if the person that you've been envisioning yourself being with is still a good fit for you. All right. Number 4 is probably my favorite because I think it's super important. So your partner is part of you, not all of you. Okay. So never lose sight of why he or she chose you or will choose you to share themselves with you. Okay. So this is really important. So many people get into relationships because they say, oh, this person completes me. You need to be whole. Or, listen, figuring out who you are, especially if you're younger or, many stages in your life, you are not, we're always learning, we're always growing. And there might be parts of us that do not feel whole, and that's okay. But it is not your partner's responsibility to fill that. So if you are in a relationship or you're seeking a relationship because you feel like this is like something is missing, you have to explore within yourself what part of you that is. And also just to know your worth and know your value and know what you're bringing to the table, and that their job is not to complete you. You are supposed to be 2 completed individuals or working on your own goals individually, and you just so happen to fit together nicely like a puzzle piece. But it's not so much that you could, but it's also knowing that you can build that puzzle on your own and you don't need help from somebody else. Okay. And then number 5, you are constantly pouring into others and you deserve to fill your cup up too. So whether you're in a relationship or not, you can also argue this is outside of romantic relationships. Like if you're, just somebody who maybe you're a mother, you're a single mom, or you're working a lot and you're constantly giving into other people. And now you maybe feel like you're married to your work, or maybe you're married and to the fact that you are a mom and you've lost sight of like, who are you as an individual? Being a mom is an amazing thing. Being good at your job is an amazing thing. But like, who are you without the job? Who are you without the child? I know that sounds a little bit harsh, but it's important that you never lose your identity. And the only way we can really stay true to who we are is that we stay with ourselves and we date ourselves and we do things that light us up and remind us that we are human and we are whole with or without this partner in our lives. Okay? And that's really, really important. So I think that you're probably thinking now, like, how do I date myself in the middle of a pandemic? I know it's a little challenging. It was a lot easier to do beforehand, but I will just share with you that before the pandemic, and even now, like I'll just say right now this is winter, but when outdoor dining was available, I would still go to like the restaurants by myself and sit outside. I'm in a very happy, committed, and fulfilling relationship, but I still date myself. Okay, I still think that's important. Prior to being in a relationship 2 years ago, I still went on dates with myself while I was dating other people. I was still dating myself. And then there were times where I wasn't dating anybody, but I was still dating myself. And it's important because now I'm so clear on who I am and what's important to me and my values. And, obviously in the beginning, if you've listened to my TED Talk or if you've heard me talk about my book and heard me on other podcasts, you know that in the past, I haven't made the best choices. And I kind of fell into relationships and never really identified if in fact this was somebody who I wanted to see myself with, but just got so mixed up in he said, I love you too. Oh, we've been together for 2 years. Oh, I guess the next step is just to get married and all the things, and like never really identifying if this person, I still love this person 2 years from when we first started dating, right? So it's important. And I bring this up, I know it doesn't seem that has a lot to do with nutrition, but if you watch my TED Talk or if you read my book, which is coming out later this year, you'll be able to see that there's so many parallels, and how we do one thing is how we do everything. So I'm going to just quickly remind you of the 5 reasons why you need to date yourself, whether you're in a relationship or not. And I'd love to hear if this inspired you to do that, if it was maybe you scheduled like a spa service, maybe you went and you made yourself like a little picnic. I know not everybody is living in right now it's like the tundra of freaking freezing cold in New York, but maybe if you live in a sunny state, you can go outside, go to the beach, go to the park, make yourself a picnic. Maybe you're listening to this in New York, but the weather's nicer. You got to get creative a little bit. I know it's a little bit harder, but really just what I'm expressing is just creating those moments of solitude, but bringing a little pizzazz to it, making it a little bit special, right? And just really doing some self-reflection and figuring out what works best for you. And if what you're currently looking for still aligns with what you thought you were looking for, or maybe you need to tweak it a bit. All right, so really quickly, 5 reasons to date yourself, whether you're in a relationship or not. Number 1, if you can't enjoy time with yourself, how can you expect someone else to enjoy time with you? Number 2, it's time to explore what you like without outside influence, to be clear about those things. Number 3, what you want in life can change. So it's important to create space to reflect on if it has. Number 4, your partner is part of you, not all of you. Never lose sight of why he or she chose or will choose to share themselves with you. And number 5, you are constantly pouring into others and you deserve to fill your cup up too. All right, so if this inspired you to date yourself, please take a screenshot of it, share it on your story, tag me at tips_with_Tony with an I. Let me know what you did. Cheers if you're going to have a drink. The other day I had a nice salad with a glass of Chardonnay. It was amazing. It was really great. And I was just like, enjoying the vibes of being alone, chilling, reflecting, thinking about what I want in life, and being really happy about the answers that kind of came to me. But in the past, that may not have been the case. And so if I had have done that in the past when I wasn't happy in those situations, I probably wouldn't have stayed in them as long as I had. All right, guys, that is it for me today. As always, this is Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy 1 bite at a time.